the American producers of Love Island are bringing the heat because they are bringing the smoke. I love how they're sort of, the show is totally different from the UK version because in the UK, all we're focused on is Joey and his drama. If not that, then it's Ronnie or it's Ayo being messy. It's not really things like, I loved this game that they played. I really loved it. And it exposed people for who they are. People like Serena who were flying under the radar and her friend Leah. Oh my God, I can't wait. And I think the bombshells are okay looking. They're okay looking. I know I saw a TikTok of one of the guys, so it's going to be interesting. I think it was Kenny, his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend posted on, I saw it on Instagram, so I can't wait to hear the story behind that. Anyway, I digress. Hi there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island USA, Season 6, Episode 12. It would be sad if they hadn't moved around messy, these islanders, but I have no empathy for Connor. I have no empathy for Rob. Neither do I have any empathy for Leah because of their track record and the things that they've done in the villa. So Rob is still talking to Leah and she is going on. She's trying to sort of vindicate herself and trying to sort of remove any blame from Andrea going home on herself because she's busy telling, Rob, oh, I had no involvement in the decision. I removed myself. I tried to take a back seat because I didn't want to seem like I was influencing the girl's decision and I still have feelings for you. And it's like, but you said you got the ick this moment you saw him lay down and cry in a fetal position and you were complaining and you're calling him all sorts of names. And so for you suddenly to turn around and say, oh, well, I want him back doesn't make sense. I have a feeling that Leah likes things that she can't sort of get, and that seems to be her track record because she suddenly liked Connor because he was out of reach, and once Connor liked her back, she then moved on and she started liking Rob back again. And it's like, if someone were to come in, a bombshell, and they were to go for Rob, and or if he were to suddenly couple up with her, would she still be as keen on him, or would she move on to the next person that seems out of reach for her? That's the impression that I get. For her to go and sit down and have a conversation with Serena and sort of be breaking down what's happened, I don't get it. I don't understand that friendship as well, because you want a friend that's going to be honest with you. You want a friend that's going to not sugarcoat anything and be able to give you constructive feedback. And it seems they feed off each other's nonsense with Serena. That's the impression that I get. It seems they feed off each other's nonsense and they just continue moving around the villa, just, encouraging each other to do silly things. You have Rob sort of pull Aaron. Aaron's eyes are still swollen from crying for Rob not to leave the other day. Seriously, why doesn't he just couple up with Rob? And for him to say, oh, I have the impression that she really likes you and she made sure that Andrea was gone so that she could have you back. And it's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Is it that deep? Is it that deep? I don't get it. I think, yeah, to some extent, I think she liked him. I think she didn't like the fact that she was going to be a background character, and has decided to make herself the main actor, the main character in the season. So this is why she's moving about as messy as she is, because she knows as long as she continues to be messy, she will continue to get airtime. Otherwise, if she's quiet and she's well behaved, then nobody's going to know she was ever in the villa. That's the impression that I get. You have Connor sitting there, sort of trying to sort of discuss what he thinks is happening between, Rob and Leah. And it's like, you don't even need a second opinion. You can see with your own eyes that she's not into you. You can feel by the way she's behaving around you that she's not into you. So why do you continue to push this thing? Is it because you alienated Jaina so you can't go back, and now you have no other choice because nobody else in the villa likes you that way, so you have to continue to try and push for this relationship to see if you can get yourself on track? It's too late. You should never have got yourself involved in the Leah situation. Never, because that was a recipe for disaster. You always knew she was going to go back to Rob. It was just a matter of time, and now she's gone. He had a conversation with her and you could see she was humoring him. The fact that she tapped his nose and she sort of hugged him, but sort of like a brother or a friendly hug. It wasn't like a romantic hug. And then sort of tapped him on his nose, and everyone was laughing hysterically because they could tell that she's not feeling him romantically. I think he's given her the ick so many times over that she's done with him and can't wait to explore a connection with somebody else. You have, Kendall moaning about the fact that Miguel and Nicole are playing table tennis, and he feels some type of way about that. He wants, to be number one to somebody. And so for her to say she's 50-50, he was even speaking to Liv. And it's like, well, you got... what I'm saying with Kendall is he was very upset with Hannah for saying she was 50-50, and he threw such a stink about it, and he saw the negative backlash that created for him. I think this is why he's trying to be a bit more less reactive than he was with the Hannah situation, but it's actually not working, because it seems like Miguel and Nicole get along very well, and it seems like he is on the back burner, and she is just using excuses like 50-50 just to sort of keep him sweet in case Miguel moves on to the next person. I like also that they then had a conversation with Jaina came, and they were sitting and they were just talking, and then that's when they noticed, Leah tapping Connor on the nose, and they knew that, oh my God, he's been friend zoned. And for them to confront Leah to say, tell us the truth, what is going on with that? She just laughed, because she could tell that people have seen through it, and they know that she's not feeling Connor like that. And I don't know who's going to be the one to tell Connor that this ain't it. You need to move on, buddy. Oh, Aaron and Kayla went in the shower. Whoa, I wonder what they were doing. It seems people are sort of feeling some type of way. I don't know. It's very slow in the villa at the moment, in my opinion. I think it's the same old conversations about Leah. Who does she like more, Connor or Rob, and the back and forth. And then you have Kendall sort of wondering what's going to happen with his connection. And it's like, please, can we find anything else to watch, or even make them play games, because this is now boring. It's not going anywhere. For Kendall to refuse a hug in bed, Kendall likes to throw a fit. He does. He likes to throw a fit, because he did tell the girls that I hate being in situations whereby I don't feel in control. I don't like the idea of 50-50. I want to know that I have some level of control. That way, I'm not sitting around waiting for the girl to decide. And this was evident in how he treated Hannah, and I'll continue to reference that. So he refused to be cuddled in bed. Well, he was very vague in the end. I think Nicole just took the hint and she ignored him. In the morning, there was no debrief. Obviously, I think Aaron is still trying to suck up to the girls. He's still trying to suck up to the girls after his reaction when they didn't send home Janaea, because he makes them orange juice, freshly squeezed. The girls take a few sips and then they leave it, and then the guys are sort of exercising, and they're sort of looking for someone to go and take the oranges, because they say the girls didn't finish the oranges, so what's the purpose of giving it to them? They sent Connor, the girls are busy talking, and Leah's busy lamenting on her connections, and she's saying she feels more for Rob than she does for Connor. And this is evident. Connor was a backup plan, in my opinion. She was willing to put up with Connor as long as Rob was in a couple, and then the moment Rob came out of the couple, she was ready for Rob. And she got the ache the moment he started crawling, doing his James Bond moves to try and steal the orange juice, which didn't help. I love the fact that Janaea is not taking that connection seriously, so she teased and said, well, that's your man, because I think Janaea has moved on from Connor, and I hope she has moved on from Connor, and she leaves him in the dustbin where he belongs, because otherwise, if he could treat her like that the first time, the second time it will actually be worse. She might as well wait for a bombshell to come in, and hopefully she creates a better connection with a bombshell than she did with Connor, because Connor is not it for her. He's not it. So I'm confused. When Rob was sitting with Leah and she was telling him about her feelings for him and stuff, was he listening because he was waiting to create drama for her, or was he listening because he really cared and wanted to explore that connection with her? Which is it? Because I am so confused. He has a conversation with Connor, and he sort of tells Connor that, I want you to know this is where I stand. She says she has feelings for me. She still has feelings. And sort of like he's giving him a heads up to say, be mindful of how she treats you, because she might actually dump you the same way she dumped my girl that's gone home. That's the impression that I got. And for him to pretend as though Connor didn't know what was happening. You're not a fool, Connor. You're not that dense. Please do not play with us. We're not here for it. And so, am I surprised that this is what Leah's done? No. Do I think Rob, this was his plan? Yes. I think as soon as he realized that Leah was involved, or as soon as his girl was sent home, he decided to plot against Leah because he felt some type of way about Leah. I have a feeling that whatever Leah was telling the girls and Andrea was listening to, she would run back to Rob and tell him that this and this and this is what she said. And so he must have had a vendetta against Leah and was just waiting for a moment to sort of approach her and have that conversation. So for him to then sit upstairs with Kayla and Liv, and sort of try to sort of bring them onto his side. Am I surprised? No, I'm not surprised. No, I'm not. Because at the end of the day, he is used to the theatrics, and this is what he wanted to do. He wanted to play games, so he decided to sort of bring them up away from everybody else and have a conversation. That way he can sort of get insider information as to how his girl ended up going home. And the moment he found out that, Leah was behind it, he's decided to go all guns blazing for Leah. And I wouldn't be surprised if he sort of comes up with a plan to get her evicted from the villa. And for everyone to say, oh, she's playing the game. Everybody in Love Island Villa is playing the game. Nobody goes to Love Island just to chill and enjoy the sun and look for love. You can go on these dating apps. You can go out. You can meet someone. So I don't buy it. Everybody in the villa is playing games. You have Kendall have a conversation with Nicole. He's so needy. I don't know why she wants him. I don't know whether it's because she thinks she's more guaranteed safety in the villa if she stays with him or whatever. Because at the end of the day, for him to want her to reassure him, oh, your connection with mine is stronger, or I have more great conversations with you. Her body language is different around Kendall than it is around Miguel. That's it. That's all we need to know. So whether or what she's telling him the truth or not about how she feels, her body language says it all. I always look at people's nonverbals because I believe that they say more than any word that anyone else can utter out. Because as much as your mouth can lie, your body, language doesn't lie. So it is what it is. It's interesting. I thought Kendall had moved on from Liv, but it seems he's still interested in getting to know Liv. I think he's a bit terrified of Liv, given the way she reacted towards Hakeem. So I think this is why he's sort of saying to her, you're very fiery, you're very this, that, and the other. And then he had to rephrase it. But I loved their conversation. It was very sweet. It was very laid back. And so I don't know. I think he brings out the good in Liv, or he calms her down, as she said, which is good, but I don't think he's it for her. I think she's a relationship type of girl, and he's already told us he's an F-boy, so I don't think she's the right person. I think she would be heartbroken if he led her on and then he suddenly changed his mind at the last minute. So I don't know. We have Serena having a conversation with Cordell. I think she's getting the ick from Cordell. Serena and Leah are best friends for a reason. Birds of a feather flock together, and their behavior and everything they do is similar. They're stringing these boys along so that they can stay in the villa. They have chosen guys that they know really like them, and that at any couple will pick them before they pick anybody else. And so I think this is why they've chosen to stick with these guys. She kept telling him, stop doing this, stop doing that. Yeah, it's stuff that will give you an ache, but still, if you like someone, like them for who they are. Don't try and change them completely. So I don't get why Cordell and even Connor are not picking up on the fact that these girls don't like them. You have the girls having a conversation, and Leah receives a text message that there'll be a nightclub in the villa. And so everyone is excited. They go and get ready for the night. They all come out. Everybody's wearing their best. And the guys were actually saying the girls are going to be looking amazing. So they have a sort of a little dance party, I think, while things are being set up. And then they now have to play a game whereby they choose to either stick or twist. So they have a partition. They're dancing on either side. And then they can either stay with their partner or they can continue to explore connections. And so because Rob and Jaina are not in couples, they are then automatically going to twist. And the first couple up is Kayla and Aaron, which was a given that they were going to stick anyway, so that's no surprise. And then Kendall and Nicole. Let this be a lesson to every girl that enters the villa or just in general. Kendall is a walking red flag. He likes to manipulate a situation. He likes to be in control all the time. He guilted Hannah into taking him and making him her only priority, and then he dumped her at the first opportunity. Now Nicole has said she's open to exploring things with Miguel. He's guilted her indirectly by not being as obvious as he was with Hannah, to the extent that she's ended up going back and sort of saying, okay, fine, you're my main focus. When they were dancing, she said she would decide to stick with him, only for him to move and say he wants to twist. And when Jaina asks him, why did you do that? He said, well, she said she's open to exploring connections, so should I. Nicole is right to say he was being vindictive. If I were Nicole, this is lesson enough. She's seen what is done to Hannah. This should be lesson enough. She needs to move on. If Miguel is still interested, she needs to pursue things with Miguel, and she needs to leave Kendall alone, because Kendall is very immature and he likes to play games. And so I'm not here for it, and I'm not messing with that. She needs to keep it moving. Next up is Liv and Miguel. Am I surprised? No, because Miguel really likes Nicole, and he seems to be sort of bordering on the edge with Liv. I think because of her, she lashed out at Akeem. This is why he's sort of not locked in with her. And so am I surprised that he chose to twist? No. It was a given he was going to twist, because he now knows that Nicole, her chances of being single are highly likely because of the decision that Kendall made. So I'm not surprised with that. You had Connor. We all saw this coming. And even he said, I knew it. He knew it because she's really not been feeling him, and he's just been giving her the ick after the ick after the ick. So it's no surprise that, you had Leah choose to twist. With Serena, I don't know. Serena has made her bed. She needs to lay in it, in the sense that she's been managing to play Cordell and has been putting up with everything she's been dishing. And now I think he has to realize that she's not for him. She's for the streets. She's not for him. As much as he likes her, she doesn't feel him that way, and she's only using him to stay in the villa. So he can either choose to continue to be used by her, or pack his bags and go home, or stay and explore connections with other people. So I hope he actually takes this as an opportunity to sort of explore connections with other people, see if there's anything else out there, and hopefully he'll find his person. Hopefully the new bombshell girl will like him, and she'll be open to exploring connections with him, because there's nobody else in the villa that likes him that way. And if not, then he'll have to wait for Casa Amor. Anyway, after Serena chooses to twist, they're told that the islanders that didn't choose to twist should go to the balcony, and the rest should stay and go to the fire pit. I love the fact that Liv took all the snacks up with her. She had cookies, she had brownies, and it's like, oh my god, what's going on? Is she that hungry? I don't know what the noise in the background is. I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, so what do I think about this game? I think it was a good game because it allowed you to see people's unbiased opinions of where you stand in your relationship, in the sense that they had nowhere to hide. There was the screen, they couldn't see what was happening, and so you could actually see whether they really like you enough to explore connection or whether they don't. So the fact that people were exposed, and now you have the people that have stuck and those that have twisted, it's evident who was going to do it. I think Kendall did it out of spite. Everybody else was not in a secure couple, but Kendall did it out of spite, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, the safe islanders are asked to go to the terrace, and then everybody else gathers around the fire pit. We have 3 new bombshells walk in: Cassidy, Kenny, and Nigel. I see on the promo that Janae is going to be trying to explore something with Kenny. Kenny's only 24. I don't remember how old Janae is, whether she's 25 or older. I think she would have gone for Nigel. I think Nigel would have been more her speed because he seems more laid back, but it seems Serena is going to be interested in Nigel, and we don't want a second helping of the egg gate, please. We don't want a second helping of the egg gate. So I hope whatever is happening there, they're able to sort it out amongst themselves, the girls. It was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 11. Bye guys.